Hi, my name is Victoria Dehart, and this is my mock disciplinary action video. So the first step in disciplinary action with Mr. Lawrence would be verbal counseling. So this is my example of a verbal counseling session. Hi, Mr. Lawrence. I just wanted to meet with you briefly to inform you on some issues that are being brought to my attention. There have been mentions of you regularly missing work, the failure of you to complete job responsibilities, and you allowing those responsibilities to fall on your coworkers. I just wanted to remind you of your duties and job specifications as tray line supervisor so that these problems and issues can be fixed and you can see where these issues are coming in. So as tray line supervisor, your position summary is that while managing tray line production operations, you are to assure customer service and satisfaction. You also oversee delivery times, sanitation of tray lines, and food temperatures. This assures quality food service is met at all times. The job duties and responsibilities include maintaining a neat and clean tray line, ensuring that tray line start times and delivery times are being met, overseeing tray line workers, plans and assigns and directs work, maintains basic food storage sanitation guidelines, oversees tray line operations, including quantity, taste and presentation, temperature, and delivery, follows HACCP standards and makes sure that these standards logs are filled to ensure sanitation guidelines are being met. You are to provide leadership and guidance to all team members, and it's important that you are dependable and able to meet schedule requirements, meaning attendance and punctuality with no restrictions. It's also important to perform other duties as may be assigned to you. So all of these duties mentioned fall into your area of work, meaning that attendance and punctuality are something that was displayed to you at the beginning of this job that needed to be met. And then the fulfilling of all job duties and delivery times on time, which is one that's been brought to my attention, is that delivery times are not being met. If this issue continues or worsens, a written warning will be put into place and further actions will be taken. But until then, thank you for meeting with me, Mr. Lawrence, and I hope these issues, now that you're aware of them, that they improve. Step 2 is of the disciplinary action would be a written warning. So this is, since the first one wasn't observed that there was any increase in the behaviors, that a written warning would be put into place. So this is my example of a written warning. Mr. Lawrence, you are receiving this written warning because you have failed to adjust your behaviors after our meeting. And if the issues don't resolve or progress, a performance improvement plan will be put into place. I would ask that you sign this written warning indicating that you have read and understand the warning being issued. So the warning being issued here is that if you don't succeed in meeting your job requirements and the issues at hand do not become better, then further action will be taken. Then step 3 would be the performance improvement plan, or the PIP. This is put into action if the written warning and the verbal counseling session don't make any behavior change. So this is my example of a PIP. Good afternoon, Mr. Lawrence. Let's start by stating the reason behind this meeting. Overall, the issues that you have lie with attendance and job responsibilities. Not only have I observed the issues at hand, but your fellow supervisor and other coworkers have brought the issues to my attention. The first problem is that you're never seen at work. Not only is this an attendance problem, but you also have used up all your allotted sick time, which makes this a sick time abuse issue. The many days that you do take off or immediately before or after scheduled days off. An example of this abuse is the fact that it was stated from a fellow coworker to me that you were out of work for 3 days straight, without giving anyone notice of this absence. When you are out, those around you have to pick up the things that you miss, such as your supervisor stating that he had to do the scheduling for the past two payroll periods because you were not there to complete them. There have been several complaints filed about the food delivery carts being late on the days that you do work, which this is something that was in your job duties. It was specifically described that delivery carts need to be on time. We understand that you have worked here for 7 years, and this problem has just now started occurring within the past 3 months or so. However, it is still a problem, and we have talked about it twice now, and it's still not resolved. I just wanted to bring these issues to your attention and see if you are aware that these issues are occurring and that people are bringing it to my attention. So now's the time to explain if you know that these issues were occurring or your side of things. So the purpose behind this meeting is to notify you that there were problems and that improvement on your end is desperately needed in your work performance and attendance behaviors. So the performance improvement plan is put into action to define serious areas of concern or gaps in your work performance, or reiterate the food service department expectations. And this allows you the opportunity to demonstrate improvement and commitment. So step one in the PIP would be your improvement goals. So these are goals that are related to the areas of concern to be approved and addressed. So the first goal for you would be that you would attend work regularly and only use sick days with a doctor's note. The second goal would be that you will talk with your coworkers and your supervisor before being absent, or if any other emergencies occur, that you communicate well and let them know. The third goal would be while you were on the job, that you were ensured the food delivery carts will be on time. So there's a couple activities to ensure that you reach this goal. So for the first goal of attendance, attendance forms and absentee slips. So you will fill out an attendance form every day that you're on the job. And then when you are absent, you will fill out an absentee slip a day in advance unless there is an emergency. And then you'll turn in doctor's note for sick days to your supervisor, and then they will turn it into me. So this needs to start tomorrow when you come into work. This policy should be in action, so you should go ahead and fill out your attendance slips. And then we will check in about a week to make sure that these are easy for you to fill out and that there's no issues with them. The second goal for communication would be the installment of the apps known as Teams. And so tomorrow we will have a company-wide workplace meeting to discuss how to use Teams. So there will be a training on the app. The app just allows you and your fellow coworkers to communicate with each other quickly. So if you did have an emergency come up, that you could just, get on Teams and explain to them that you won't be here tomorrow. They could tell you what you have to complete, or you could ask them if they could complete it for you. Just allows better communication on both ends. So after tomorrow, after that meeting is had, that will be put into effect that you need to start. And then we'll be back in a week again to see how that is going and see if you feel like that is going well. The third thing is delivery cart forms. So this is just to ensure that they are on time. So once each cart is delivered, I would like you to fill out a delivery cart form with the time and your employee's signature. And these should be turned into your supervisor after each week. This is just to ensure that you are getting them done and that they are all on time. So tomorrow, after when you get at work, these also begin the delivery cart forms. And then we'll give that a week as well, and we'll have a meeting just to see how each three of these things are working for you. So the resources for each of these goals is the attendance form and conversations with your supervisor, and then the Teams app and your fellow employees. and then the delivery cart forms and supervisor meetings. So the expectations that we have after this meeting is that your attendance gets better and you rarely miss work. When you are absent, you let the supervisor and your coworkers know in advance, and you ensure delivery carts are on time. You properly use delivery cart forms, attendance forms, and communication apps to help keep this all in balance. And you will always complete your assigned job task. So the progress checkpoints, we'll have one overall meeting, like I said, in about a week to see how everything is going for you. And then we'll just go from there. On November 30th, there'll be a 30-day update memo. And this will be conducted by me, the Director of Food and Nutrition Services. And then this should be completed, all these should be completed on January 1st. December 30th, we'll have a 6-day update memo, and then December 30th, we'll have a 60-day status memo as well. So effective immediately, you are placed on 90-day PIP. During this time period, it is expected that you will make progress in the plan previously stated and all that was mentioned in this meeting. If you fail to meet or exceed these expectations or any misconduct, will end in further disciplinary action up to and including termination. However, if there's no improvement, it is possible that you could be terminated before the 90-day period. This PIP does not alter the employment at will relationship. Also, the contents of this PIP are to remain confidential. So meaning that if you have any questions or concerns regarding this content, that you will follow up with me directly. We will meet as noted above to discuss your performance improvement plan. So please schedule accordingly to meet me in a week to talk about these things. Thank you. The final step would be termination of employment if these things did not get better in the 90-day period or before the 90-day period if there was no progress made. So this is my example of a meeting for termination of employment. Mr. Lawrence, we are meeting again due to the fact that the expectations discussed were not met within the 90-day period. I just wanted to let you know during this meeting, a representative from the HR office is joining us. Due to this failure of changing your attendance patterns, communication with coworkers, and job responsibility completion, your employment here has ended. You will receive your final paycheck and need to collect your personal belongings today. The decision is final and there is no room for negotiation. I would, however, like to give you the chance now to ask any questions you have just regarding your final check or benefits. I will leave you with your termination letter. Thank you for your work that you completed here at this facility, and I'm so sorry that it had to come to this. Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. And that is the end of my disciplinary action video.